There we go. There we go. There we go. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy last Sunday in the month of December. Last Sunday in the month of, last Sunday in the month of December. Last Sunday in 2024. It is Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of, you've guessed it, the Success Starter series. Y'all know we go live each and every Sunday to talk about different topics to make sure that you're setting your week up for success. Because in doing the work to set your week up for success, you're doing the work to set your life up for success. And as your productivity and accountability coach, I'm here to help empower you to transform your life and make change in your life. Because as you go about making change in your life, you're able to show up as the best version of yourself, being the person that you're looking to be, doing the work that you're looking to do, and being all that you're looking to be and to become. Because as your productivity and accountability coach, I'm here to empower you to do that work, to do those things, and to unlock your true potential, to discover and uncover that hidden time in your day, time that you can use to show up for yourself, to pour back into yourself as you pursue your goals, your purpose, and your life passions, while still maintaining your current responsibilities and taking care of self, to remove those barriers that are causing you to feel like you can't be productive and do the work, to master time management, to build better boundaries, and to develop strategies to help you to not only thrive at work, but to thrive in business and in life without compromising yourself and your personal life in the process. And so as we wind down 2024, wind down December, we are going to be diving in and we're going to be talking about making sure that you're doing just that as you prepare to enter into 2025. As we go live today, we're going to be talking about ready, set, glow, launching into 2025 and getting ready, because halfway through this week we're going to transition from 2024 to 2025. You're going to literally go to sleep and wake up. Wednesday is going to be one day, Thursday is going to be a whole nother day, not only a whole nother day, but a new month, a new year, a new quarter, all the new that is to come. And so I want to dive in and talk to you guys about that and kind of utilize that to govern our conversation today as we dive in, as we what's the word I'm looking for, as we journey through this conversation. And I want to dive in. We're going to do we're going to keep doing what we've been doing. We're going to talk about three different things. We're going to dive in. We're going to go and then in the course of that, hopefully I'm able to empower you and provide you information that you're able to utilize as you are preparing, I hope and pray, for not just the week, not just the month, not just the quarter, but the year that will be 2025, because that work starts with the here and now. It starts with what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're saying, how it is that you're showing up. And so I want to make sure that you have the information that you need to really show up, to do that work, to do those things, and to be able to show up in that way. And so as we think about going into, launching into, preparing for 2025, you have to make sure that you're doing the work. Because without you doing that work, without you being who it is that you are, being who it is that you're called to be, are you really setting yourself up as that best version of yourself? And so I want you to look at closing out 2024 with intention. I want you to spend time reflecting on the progress that you've made in December. But in the course of reflecting on that progress, tie up those loose ends, because as we've been going through this month, we've been using the entire month of December to start planning and preparing for 2025, planning and preparing. And something that I realized, that I've been so focused planning on 2025 that I didn't think about the many parts that make up 2025, Q1 in January, which is why I made sure to articulate that today. But we've been talking about like doing that reflection work and looking back over 2024, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't, what did you enjoy, what did you not, what do you want to bring into 2025? And in the course of that, making sure that you're not just shutting the year off. Like I said, halfway through this week, we're going to transition from one year to the next. You're going to wake, you're going to go to sleep one night. It's going to be December. It's going to be 2024. You're going to wake up the next day. It's going to be January, and it's going to be 2025. And so you need to make sure you're doing that work to tie up those loose ends. And even with the fact that the new year starts in the middle of the month, that doesn't just mean that stuff just transitions just all of a sudden. Like, yeah, you got to get a new calendar and things like that. But even myself, before coming live, like I was doing my monthly planning session with my friend, and I was setting up my 2025 planner because I didn't want to start this week in my current planner and then come the first suddenly switch over. And I didn't want to finish this, and I didn't want the whole week to be in my old planner, because ultimately I'm going to throw that planner away. And if I need to flip back and look at what happened in that transition week, I want it to all be in one place. So I got my planner set up and did like my brain dump for the week and everything. I had done it yesterday in the old planner because I hadn't fully finished setting up and adding my dates, some of the dates that I needed into the new planner. But those are some of the loose ends that I need to tie up, like getting that transitional things together. And so I want you to, we utilizing the lead method, y'all. Y'all haven't figured that out by now. I want you to look at what it is you need to wrap up to transition, to make that seamless transition, to make that process smooth as you go from where you are to the next. Like, I have this brainstorm list of like cleaning, decluttering, planning stuff that I need to do to get ready for 2025. And then it's funny because if I would have actually looked at the list, it has planning on it for the year, but then it also has me planning for the quarter and for the month. It's amazing what happens when I make lists. I made that list probably coming into December-ish, when I was thinking of how I wanted December to be this month of planning, reflection, and preparing, so that I wasn't cramming it in. And then here I am 3 days left in the year, and I'm like, okay, I've been focusing on 2025. Now that I understand that, how do I hone that in for Q1 and specifically for January? And so that's the next thing that we're going to talk about. First, we talked about looking at closing out 2024 with intention, tying up those loose ends, checking your December process. The next step, y'all got it? E, that examination phase. Planning your January, planning your Q1. You have this big overarching theme of, I'm closing out 2024, I'm transitioning to 2025. I know what I want the year to be. How do I do that on a smaller scale? Like, if this is what I want the ultimate year to be, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do in Q1? What am I going to do in January to get there? You want to make sure that in the course of doing that examination phase, you're able to create an outline, a clear guide that's going to help you to start strong with clear goals, with clear structure. The reason we're making sure that we're wrapping up 2024, wrapping up December, ending the year and closing it out with intention is because we don't want to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. We don't want to just get rid of those things, because in taking that time to close it out with intention, you're giving yourself that solid framework and that foundation to transition into the next. By being intentional about what it is that you're doing and where it is that you're focusing and how it is that you're focusing there, you're allowing yourself to have a framework, to have a foundation. Because if you just chuck up the deuces, throw it all out and say 2024 is done, like I'm starting with this fresh, clean slate, what from 2024 served that you want to bring into 2025? Because if you just say, I'm starting over with a clean slate, that means you're starting over from ground zero. That's not what we want to do. We want to start out with intention. Start out with this strong foundation. By closing out the year and wrapping up those loose ends, you're starting from experience. You're not starting from scratch. You're not starting brand new. You're starting with a foundation of something that you're able to build off of. You're starting with intention. Just like you're ending the year with intention, you're also able to start the year with that intention, because you had that experience of what it is that you've gone through so far. And in going through these different things, you're able to grow through these different things. What does that look like for you? So as you start to plan Q1 and or January, you're starting to think about, if this is what I ultimately want for the year, what can I do in the next 30 days, 31, for January, or the next 90 days, meaning January, February, March, which I know is really more like 92 days or something like that. But what does that look like, and what am I going to do starting out this year strong? Because in order for us to start strong, we need to make sure we're finishing stronger, which is why we're not just throwing 2024 up and calling it a dud, calling it a whatever you want to call it. It's why we're not saying December is over when you still got 3 days left of this year. We're not. you're going into 2025, you're launching, you're being propelled there because you're going with a running start. You're starting from experience. You're not starting from scratch. If you're starting from scratch, you're starting from that cold start as opposed to having that warm up jog, that warm up, that warm up walk that led into this jog to now you're ready to run, to launch into the next. And so as you're planning your Q1 and planning your January, you're focusing on what are these next things that I can do in the next 30 to 90 days, the next month to within this quarter that's going to help me to do this. And when you look at the quarter, that's really where that foundational work really starts in getting the structure that you're going to need to take action on specifically in January. And so that's why it's really important to not only to look, but to examine. And then from there, you're going to be able to launch, to execute. And in order to execute, you need to make sure that you know the mindset that you need. My word, my phrase for this year meaning 2025, because I know we're still in 2024. My word for 2024 was consistent, and I turned it into an acronym about committing to daily action, organizing priorities, navigating challenges. Look, I had to think about how to spell consistent. Setting clear intentions, integrating routines, set clear deadlines, track my progress, embrace discipline, nurture resilience, and thrive in consistency. And for 2025, I'm taking that consistency that I've built, and my word for December was about discipline. Or was it determined? It was one of them. Either way, all those words are rolling over into 2025 because I thought about what I wanted 2025 to be. How can I build off of the consistency that I established this year by making sure that I'm being committed, that I'm being disciplined, that I'm being determined? And so my phrase for 2025 is going to be committed to being consistent, determined to be disciplined. All of those things are needed. And so what does that look like in the next phase? And so in order to execute off of that, I have to have the mindset to believe that I can be consistent. I can be committed to this. I'm disciplined enough. I'm determined to get it done. And so as I'm setting my goals and setting my intentions, I'm making sure that number one, I'm checking myself and checking my why to make sure it's something that I want as opposed to anyone else. You have to not only be confident in yourself, because what often happens is we come into this new year with these goals, these big plans, and then a week or two in, because a lot of y'all you don't even make it the month, you've already slacked off. You've already given up. No. That's why I was pushing so hard for December, for 2025 prep to start in December, for you to have the entire month to start getting those kinks out, working through the motions, understanding what it is that you need, that you wanted to be able to utilize that in going into the year. And so you need to cultivate and create this mindset for success. What books are you going to be reading? What podcasts are you going to be listening to? What are you going to be doing? What courses, what training, what coaching are you going to be investing in that's going to be speaking to your mind, that's going to be poured into your mind? Because you need to have a mindset and a belief of success. Because you can look at all that happened in 2024. You can look at what it is you want to happen in 2025. You can start creating and setting this game plan. But what mindset do you have? Do you believe that you can do the things that you're setting out to do? What are you going to do when the going gets tough? Because let's be real, the going's going to get tough at some point. Whether it's January the 1st, January the 31st, November the 1st. Some point during the year of 2025, multiple points within the year of 2025, something's going to get rough, something's going to get tough. Whether that's work, business, life, relationships, finances, whatever it is, something going to get tough. It might be a mix of all of them and then things you never even saw coming. If we know anything about life, it says it's unpredictable and life is going to lie. So what mindset are you creating and setting for yourself that's going to allow you to be successful? You need to work on creating a positive tone and setting a positive tone for the year, which is why it's important that you close out 2024 with that intention, taking that time to look, taking that time to examine, and working on being able to execute. What is that going to look like for you, and how are you going to do that? You have to ultimately show up and do the work. What does that look like for you? Are you ready? Are you set? Are you prepared to glow, to shine, to be the best version of yourself as you launch into 2025? 2025 prep starts now. We got 3 official days left in this year. What are you doing and what are you going to do to make sure that you're showing up as the best version of yourself? How are you closing out this year? How are you planning for Q1? Planning for January? Planning for 2025 as a whole? What mindset have you cultivated? Are you cultivating? Are you looking to cultivate? Where did you potentially struggle with your mindset that you was like, when this started happening, I was rocky, I was shaky here? How can you combat that? That's why in doing that work to reflect on December and reflect on the year, you're able to see the good, the bad, the where you excelled, where you struggled, and to make sure that you have those things that you're able to put into your life and put into place that will help reinforce the areas that you're strong, support and build you up in the areas that you're weak. You have the time. You have to make the time or take the time. But even with 3 days left in the year, there's still enough time to get it done. I am My desk a little messy, but I was cleaning my desk early and I was doing some planning. And as I was setting up the planner for the week, I really started like getting the ideas. The things were starting to percolate and flow. Like I've done a lot of my other, like my cleaning and my decluttering. Like I still have to do some cleaning, like wash the last of the clothes that I'm using, wash my dishes again, take out the trash, like the things that I'm still utilizing because I'm going to meal prep tomorrow for the week. So I know there's gonna still be some small cleaning to do, but like the big overhauls, like going through all my clothes, refolding all of my clothes, going through my closet, going through my shoes, making my donation piles, like all that heavy lifting stuff is done. And so because of that, I'm truly able to say I can focus on my planning for the year, for the quarter, and for the month. And I'm even thinking about like breaking it down. Like today is going to be January prep, or today will be 2025 prep, tomorrow will be Q1 prep, and then the last day will be 2025 or January, depending on which way I flip it for the month. And so, because of that, what does that ultimately look like? I have 3 days. So that's how I'm thinking about breaking up my planning over the course of the 3 days. Like I've already started a lot of the 2025 prep. So I'm thinking Wednesday might be the finalizing the 2025 prep because I have these ideas of what I want 2025 to be, but now the next 31 days are in front of me, meaning January. The next, 90 days are in front of me, meaning Q1. So I believe, even as I'm talking it out, I think I'm confirming this for myself. Today is going to be about prepping for January because in looking at what it is that I need to prep for January, I'm then able to say, how does this factor into my Q1 plan? And then I can confirm that this is going to step into my yearly plan, or do I need to shift and adjust the goals based off of this? And so I want this for you. 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 Are you ready for 2025? If you're not and you're looking for support, for help, for accountability, to help you to build a schedule, to get ready, to walk you through this process, to help you to ask the questions so that you can answer the questions to really get ready for 2025, comment the word ready below, because by commenting the word ready, you're going to get ready. We've got 3 years, Lord have mercy, 3 days left in this year. Are you ready? Are you set? Are you going to glow and are you going to shine? It's time to launch into 2025. It's time to make sure that you're closing out 2024 with intention, that you look at December, you look at 2024, you take your time to do your reflection, to tie up those loose ends. You examine what it is that worked and didn't work so that you can plan your January and plan your Q1, so that you're able to create this foundation, create this outline, create this guide that will help you with the goals that you're setting to have that structure and that accountability to get to that process. And then be ready to execute by developing a mindset that's going to allow you to not only go after, but succeed and propel it. When there's stumbling blocks, when there are roadblocks, you have the mindset to believe that you can get up, that you can go, that you can glow, and that you can get to where it is you're looking to go. If you are ready for 2025, you've done your work, you're done your prep, or you're finalizing it, comment 2025 ready. But if you're looking, or comment 2025, I guess. And then if you're looking to, finalize 2025 prep, to really get ready for 2025 and you're looking for that support and accountability, comment the word ready. Utilizing the lean method, just like we walk through it, we're able to utilize this to help you get ready, for you to figure out what it is you need to look at, to examine, to create your own game plan to execute. 2025 is coming, whether you're ready or not. I want you to be ready. So comment ready so that we can get ready together. And if you are already ready for 2025, just comment the word 2025 and let me know. But we will be continuing Success Starter Series as we go into 2025. We will make any necessary pivots and adjustments as we need to, but I'm really hoping to bring the continued growth in the mindset and the thought patterns and thought process to you as you prepare for what's to come. So yeah, I'm about to go get back to my 2025 prep, my January prep. So it's been Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of, you've guessed it, the Success Starter series. I will see you all on the other side, hopefully and prayerfully in 2025. As we continue the Success Starter series, continue to dive in to make sure that we're creating this work-life balance, business-life balance, balance in life, as you continue to go after, seek after, pursue your goals, pursue your passions, pursue your purpose, and maintaining your responsibilities, and you're better managing your time. But until next week, guys, Coach Lee is out.